What's the story behind Mr. Meat's evilness? Was he always like this? What's gonna happen next? Let's find out. Jeffrey Metany, or Mr. Meat, was just a young boy when he first became obsessed with meat. This is a letter from Sister Madeleine. We can see this in Evil Nun, the broken mask. Don't dump any meat down this tube, please. There's one particular kid down here who goes crazy when he eats it. His name is Jeffrey Metany and he has too much vitality. Throw only vegetables and fruits. It doesn't matter if they're in bad shape, because there are actually too many kids down there already. I only want strong and docile children, the others are of no use to me. Sister Madeleine. Eventually, Jeffrey and the other children managed to escape from the laundry room, with the help of a man named William and a kid trapped in the school. Later, Jeffrey fell in love with Susan and had 2 daughters, one of them being Rebecca. But things took a turn for the worse when he found out something terrible. Yes, Susan cheated on him. These are Mr. Meat's exact words. Do you realize that? I got your name tattooed on my arm and now you're changing your last name. The truth is that the initials are the same. So there is no difference. But I don't care. I still think it's a bit cheap on your part. Susan Metany or Susan Miller. You'll still be Susan, the unfaithful woman. But who did she cheat him on with? In Mr. Meat 2, we also learn that the pig 13 was once human. Are you connecting the dots? This is a classified document we find at the warden's office. Thank goodness we made it. Prisoner 15791st had us fed up. Today they are going to fry his brains. I hope his relatives don't cry for him, because he is an unpresentable. He deserves the worst of endings. Apparently that pig 13 of his was a human before. Can you believe it? It can't be scientifically corroborated, but everything points to the fact that it was a certain Frank before. During Mr. Meat's trial, a friend of Susan's lover testified against him. We later learn Frank's last name in the tragic ending involving Rebecca. We find this transcription of the trial in the boiler room. Classified document case 2553D. Witness number 4 has described what happened the day before the expulsion of the wife and daughter from the defendant's home. My friend was totally in love with that woman. He points to Susan Miller. That day he told me that he was going to her house for the first time, even though they had been dating for many years. I don't know what happened, but I never saw him again. In the worst ending, where Rebecca poisons everyone and herself to end their suffering, she curses one person. Now you know who Jeffrey Metany, also known as Mr. Meat, hated the most. Have you figured it out? Leave your answers in the comments. In the year 2001, Mr. Meat was finally sentenced to the electric chair at Nebraska Western Correctional Institution. But he managed to make an ally in the guard, Terry. And they put Mr. Meat's secret formula in the Bloody Marys of the attendees. Everyone except for Rebecca was turned into pigs, thanks to her immunity from the antitoxin. In the true ending, Rebecca and Dr. White Pig were able to develop an antidote and transform everyone back into humans. They escaped in a helicopter, leaving Mr. Meat and Terry behind. But what will happen to Mr. Meat and Terry? Why does Mr. Meat get along so well with Pig 13 if it was once the man he hated the most? And what about Rebecca? The story of Mr. Meat may be twisted and dark, but it's one that keeps players coming back for more.